Hello, my beautiful twin flame family. Today we are talking about 5 of the easiest steps that you can integrate and implement right now to master your twin flame energy dynamics. Watch this video. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. If you have not already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell so you're notified every time we come out with a new video. If you haven't seen my face before, welcome. I am Serena. I am one half of Life After Union. We make these weekly videos to help you through your twin flame journey, your ascension journey, and your conscious relationships. So we are sharing today with you 5 of the simplest steps that you can implement right now, any point on your journey, to begin mastering twin flame energy dynamics. Now, there's a reason why all twin flames move through these intense and stressful energy dynamics with their twin flame. And this can look like anything, you guys. So what we have to remember is that everything is energy. Everything is alive. Everything has energy, okay? So when it comes to twin flame energy dynamics, I'm going to break it down into a couple different groups of energy, right? So in terms of energetic dynamics, you may have your thoughts, right? The mind. Every moment of the day, your thoughts are going in a million different directions. And this is when you may find yourself thinking negative thoughts about your twin flame journey, or feeling regret, or just, again, this is about mastering your thoughts and mastering the direction in which your thoughts are moving. Because so much of, especially twin flame union, comes, and if you're hoping or seeking twin flame reunion, so much of that comes down to your habits and your programming and your thoughts, okay? And if your thoughts about your twin flame lean negatively, right? Or even if you're thinking too much about your twin flame, if you're obsessed, right? If you have obsessive thoughts about your twin flame, this is a calling for you to deepen in your mastering of your thoughts, okay? So that's number 1, is thoughts. And this is incredibly important to begin to become aware of the thoughts that you are thinking throughout the day, because 99.9% of them are probably not serving you, or could be better, right? Now, the second is emotions, right? I love that energy in motion is what emotions are. So during this journey, right, this is a very intense journey. There's going to be emotions, there's going to be triggers, wounds, patterns, old limiting beliefs that are going to come up. And in order to release them, you're going to feel emotion, right? So again, what's layered over the top of the thoughts is if you think of your twin flame and then instantly you're struck with a pain, right? Or some sort of emotion that comes over you. Maybe it's anger, resentment, bitterness, maybe it's desire, maybe it's longing, maybe it's suffering and pain. All of these emotions carry a specific energetic signature. And in order to master twin flame energetics, you have to be willing to allow these emotions to move through you, to sit with them when you need to sit with them, and to learn the lessons that they are trying to tell you. So in order to become a twin flame energy dynamic master, you have to be willing to invite in your emotions, and you have to be willing to play with your emotions. Now, the next one is intuition. So much of the twin flame journey comes down to your intuition. Many twin flames cut themselves off from their intuition at an early age, okay? And so this video is designed to help you remember that your intuition serves as a very important tool for you on this journey. And your intuition is filled with not only your energy, but also divine energy, right? So in order to master twin flame energetics, you want to also master learning your intuition, right? Learning the difference of your intuition versus fear, learning the difference of your intuition versus your own thoughts and feelings, because your intuition is here to guide you on this journey. Now, the last one is one of the most challenging, which is the body or the subconscious. Okay, so our actions, our daily habits, things like that. Many twin flames, if you ask them their core values, they could tell you right off the bat. But are they living in alignment to those core values? That is one of the hardest things to change, because this energy dynamic lives in your subconscious. Okay, so when it comes to the body is basically a memory bank. Every cell contains the memory of old programs, right? So if you find yourself doing a habit that you always do, or if you find yourself taking action when you wouldn't, and I'll give you an example. So lately I have been working through creating space and time and making every action sacred, making everything that I do in my life sacred. And so with that being said, if it's a sacred act, you have enough time to do everything that you're required to do, right? But just this morning, as I was preparing for my daughter to wake up, I was making her little kind of chocolate shake that I make. And I put the powder into the milk, and I like quickly roll up the powder and like start to put it in the cupboard. And then I realized like it has a zip on it to keep it fresh. And I'm like, Serena, you are not living in alignment in this tiny minuscule of a moment, right? This tiny moment was telling me everything about what my subconscious programming is, which is do it quick, get it done, move on, right? And that's definitely a mom program. But for me, what was so important and so empowering in that moment was to actually take the bag back out of the cupboard, tell myself it's okay, you have enough time, you have endless amounts of time. Even this is a sacred act. So how can you move in this moment with intention? What would you do if you were a limitless creator? I would take time to finish sealing and closing up the entire Ziploc part of the bag, right? Instead of just rolling it up and throwing it away. That says to me that I don't care, right? Where intentionally closing the bag and placing it in the cupboard means that I was acting in alignment with my belief system. Okay, so many twin flames also struggle with this on the journey, where you're creating the same actions over and over and over again and not actually asking yourself, does this align with what I want to bring into my life? So this is just the beginning of this video, you guys. This is just the beginning, and I feel like this has given up you so much to consider even just right now. But with that being said, what I want to offer you is something new that we're doing here, which is so exciting to me. So when I make these weekly videos, the following week, if you found this topic interesting, the following week we will have our live webinar in our community, which is Union Catalyst Portal. This is our paid members community. So we have a live webinar that dives deeply into all these aspects of what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So if you found this video helpful and you're like, yes, give me more, I need to learn how to fix these things, I need a deeper dive, then go join Union Catalyst Portal, because we do this every other week. Every other week, we're diving deep into these topics of things that are coming up on the twin flame journey. Plus, not even to mention the fact that there is incredibly beautiful and enlightened souls in this community. I literally, every time, you guys, that I check on this community and I see the questions and then I see the answers by other members of the group, I cannot be like more filled with hope for the Twin Flame Collective and hope for the future of the world. Like, on such a large scale, this community just lights up life and everything. So if you are interested in also gaining that support on your journey, then check the links down below. You can join the community. You can actually even join the community for a free trial, a 7-day free trial. So definitely check it out, and we'll see you there. Now, going into step number 1. So the first thing that we need to do when we're working with twin flame energy dynamics is we need to identify what's coming up, right? Whether it's a limiting belief, whether it's a not aligned action, whether it's an emotion that we keep shoving back down. We have to first identify, we have to bring the light of awareness to it, right? Because so much of what we're moving through as twin flames are just programs. They're programs from previous lives, they're programs from this life, they're programs from our parents, from generations, from what we learned, just so much programming. And what twin flames are here to do is to release that programming and to create from a new place. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to be aware that this is even what's coming up for you. Okay, so you have to bring awareness to the fact that I'm not acting in alignment with what I actually want to call into my life, or I'm thinking way too much about my twin flame and I can feel that it's draining my energy. So first thing is bring awareness. Now, second thing, finding the origin. This is not absolutely essential, but I find if you're somebody like me who likes to know and who finds joy and excitement in this journey, then finding the origin can actually really help you make peace, right? Because a lot of times we approach healing from the lens of, I need to change this about myself in order to be complete, or I need to let this go if I'm going to let love in. And when you find the origin of it, you realize that it was never actually your fault in the beginning, okay? So the freedom of finding the origin of these things is that you realize that that was my parents. That was something that somebody taught me. And it brings such a beautiful amount of peace because you realize I can let this go at any time that I want. That was never inherently mine, okay? And we realize this with almost all of our programming, almost all of our beliefs were never inherently ours. They belong to somebody else well before we were even birthed onto this planet, okay? So none of your beliefs are actually yours to begin with. And that's the beautiful thing about this journey is you get to create new beliefs just simply because you want to, okay? So step 2 is finding the origin, okay? And this is an optional step. Now, step 3 is releasing, and you guys, I'm checking my notes here because I have it all written down. But step 3 is releasing. Okay, so this is where the healing takes place. And many times this is where we need to move it through the body. Okay, so you might do something like dance or yoga. You might need to cry, right? And to release, you might need to set a new intention, right? To set the intention of like, I'm ready, spirit. Please help me find a way to let this go. And oftentimes this has to do with reprogramming the body, right? So, and you want to release whatever you're releasing from a place of love, okay? Not from a place of, again, like we said earlier, not from a place of, I need to do this, not from a place of, I'm not good enough if I don't do this, not from a place of, in order to get my twin flame, I need to do this. This is a big one, you guys. Don't do the healing journey in order to get your twin flame back, okay? That is the wrong intention. Do the healing journey because you want to find that love, that wholeness and completeness within yourself, okay? If your entire motivation of healing on the twin flame journey is to get your twin flame back, you will never get there. And I know that's a really scary, big, powerful truth to say, but it is the truth. Okay? Focusing your healing because of somebody else is actually the exact opposite of why you should be healing in the first place. Okay? We don't heal to make ourselves available to others. We don't heal to attract others. We heal to become whole and have that unity and that experience within ourselves where we become our true love. Okay? When you release that attachment, your entire life will change, and it will change for the better. Now, that being said, this is where you want to bring that love back in. You want to say, this program or this belief or this action served me for a time in my life, but I'm ready to release it with gratitude. I'm ready to release it with love. I find that when you write, you journal, that can really, really help in these experiences when you are able to actually write out everything you want to say. And also journaling, because you're writing from a place of rawness and pureness and authenticity, it oftentimes can bring up those emotions that need to be released with it as well. So I find that to be super, super helpful. But let me know in the comments below, what has been your favorite type of healing? Sound healing, meditation, journaling, readings, music making, art creation. Just let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what has been most supportive for you on this journey. Now, the last and final step number 5, is going to be integration and reprogramming, okay? So once you've completed this entire, cycle and you've healed from it, okay? Next is going to be that thing, that exact thing that you just moved through, that you just released, is going to come up again. It's going to come up again, and when it comes up, you might have an initial thought of, wow, I thought I cleared this. What the heck is happening? Maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I didn't do a good job. Maybe I missed something. No, 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 no. You did everything right. You completed your healing. This is integration. Now, the reason it needs to come up again, and this is so beautiful, the reason it needs to come up again is because you need to consciously make another choice. Okay, so this comes down to your actions. This comes down to acting in alignment with your reprogramming, with your new belief system. So it will come up again. And when it comes up again, say thank you. Thank you, universe, for giving me this opportunity to make another choice. It's okay if you fall into the old program. No worries. We all do that from time to time. It doesn't mean you're going to get it right off the bat. If you fall into the old program, it's okay. You still have another chance. You will always have another chance to integrate, okay? It's not like, oh, I missed the boat, now I'm never going to level up again. It doesn't work like that. The universe will give you infinite opportunities until you complete that lesson, to continue to bring your awareness to it, to bring love to it, to release it, and to reintegrate. This is the process, and you will be given infinite amount of opportunities to make that happen. And the universe isn't judging you when you get it wrong. So stop judging yourself when you get it wrong, okay? We all need to be kinder. We need to be more gentle with ourselves. We need to be able to say, okay, I missed it on that one, but that's all right. I'm going to get it next time. Or to stop when you're missing it and realize, oh, I'm missing it right now. I'm in that program right now. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? Let me make another choice. And the reason why, you guys, this is so important is when you make another choice, when you have the ability to do that, you are ending a karmic cycle, okay? The only way to end karma is to consciously choose from love something new, something else. So it might be terrifying. You might even feel stuck, like, how do I possibly even make another choice? But allow those emotions to sit with you long enough, and you will realize that there are infinite opportunities. You need to drop back into that God self, right? You need to drop back into that limitless divine self and realize that you are actually the creator of all of your programs. You are actually the creator of all of your stories, and that you have the ability to choose and act on a new story in any moment. Guys, funny story. So I was editing my video back, realizing that I was like, number 5 is integrating and repatterning, but in reality, that's number 4. Number 5 is my own beautiful little addition, which is to celebrate. To celebrate when you catch it, when you catch yourself, when you realize you've got it, you moved on, you integrated it, you caught the program in action, and you made another choice. That's when you celebrate, okay? So number 5 is celebrate. Forgive me, I am still human. I'm still human. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video. So that is my 5 simple steps that you are going to implement in your twin flame journey in order to master twin flame energy dynamics. And now in our community, we're going to go through a deep dive of this. If you'd like to join, you know, the link's down below. If you have questions, put your questions in the comments, and I'll answer some of those questions in the community live webinar. So yeah, if you have questions, put them down below, and then that will also like influence our live webinar. And in this live webinar, we're also going to be doing energy exercises and also practical exercises. So stay tuned. We'll see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, big love, Serena.